Are you a Harry Potter fan? Yes. I was a member of the Harry Potter fan club at the local library when I was really young, and that was probably my first cosplay. My mum actually made me a cape, a Hogwarts cape. Harry Potter #1 on PlayStation 1 was one of my first video games. Are you single? Yes, I am still single since my last Q&A. I'm taking some needed time for myself. I've had a lot of messy relationships in the past and I'm really focusing on bettering Laura at the moment. What is your favorite childhood show? I loved this show called Little Bear, and it was about this little bear and his friends Cat, Duck, Owl, Hen, and Emily, and it was this gorgeous show. I loved it so much, and my mum would film it, record it on VCRs for me to watch over and over again. How was it meeting Karen? I'm assuming you mean Karen as in Katana, that I met at Brisbane Supernova. Oh my gosh, I have never been more humiliated in my life. I've never really met a celebrity, so I've never had the opportunity to fangirl, but I had my first experience of fangirling with Karen, and I walk in and I'm like, oh my gosh, hi. And she goes, oh wow, your cosplay is amazing. I've seen you online. And I go to Karen, I look at Karen right in the eye, I go, I've seen you online, I've seen you everywhere. And she's like smiling at me going, what on earth? And it was just really weird experience for me, and I wish I had my time again so I could be a bit more calm and collected. Would you like to cosplay Negan? I am working on a Harley Quinn cross between Negan cosplay. I don't think I want to cosplay Negan, I want to cosplay Harley Negan. So I'm doing a combination of the two, and you should look out for that next year. Do you like the Hunger Games? Love the Hunger Games, love the books. I remember I watched the first movie, I didn't quite get it 100%. And my brother is a very big bookworm and he made me read all the books, and I just loved it. Can you do a meetup in Sydney? I really want to meet you. Sure, I'll definitely think about doing that when I get back from Europe next year. Maybe March, February, I'll work on that. If you could have the chance to meet Margot in person, what would you say to her / what would you ask? I'm not quite sure. I just want to give her a huge hug and say thank you for being such an amazing role model for not just me, but heaps of other girls out there. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. If you could teach any other subject than music, what would it be? I'm looking at doing a degree in drama, so I could teach music and drama. What advice do you give to those starting uni? Really making sure that you approach your time properly. How often do you get your hair dyed, and how do you keep your hair healthy after all the bleaching? I get my hair dyed once every 5 to 7 weeks. I also keep it healthy by only washing it once a week. I know that sounds really gross, but it's good for the natural oils, and that's what I've found so far with my experience. There's a lot for me to learn. How long did you need to buy all cosplay parts, and how much money did you spend on it? I'm still working on accumulating all the parts for my cosplay, so far it's been about 3.5 months getting it all together, and it still won't be finished until about February next year. I feel like I've spent too much money on it. I've been very, very lucky to have had a few sponsors who would send me a few things for free. Do you prefer cats or dogs? I'm definitely a dog person. I've always loved dogs over cats. I don't hate cats, I just hate owners who let their cats go outside and kill wildlife. If today was your last day on Earth, what would you regret not telling someone? I love you, Dad.
You do the dishes.
I've told him now, so I have no regrets. If you meet Margot, what will be your reaction? Kind of something like this. How long does it take to get into your whole Harley suit? So including the nails, the tattoos, the hair, the makeup, all the jewelry and bits and pieces, it takes a good 2 hours. I do everything by myself, by the way, so no one does my makeup. It's just all me doing it all, so that's why it takes so long. If you could change one thing from the Suicide Squad movie, what would it be? Definitely more Joker footage. There was not enough Joker, even in the extended cut. Everyone was like, where's more Joker? So I definitely wanted more Joker. What was the most difficult thing for you during the time when you became famous overnight? I wouldn't say famous is the right word, but definitely a lot of this support on social media did happen overnight, and it was extremely overwhelming. For me, it was tricky keeping my normal Laura life, studying and work, intact whilst I was dealing with getting something completely new and juggling that with my already super busy life. Would you rather cosplay Harley for the rest of your career or never cosplay her again, just different characters? Oh my goodness. I think I would love to stick with Harley because there's so many variations. What's your favorite memory from your journey as Harley so far? Definitely meeting the little kids that recognized me, a lot of them dressed as Harley as well. There's a certain video that I put up on Instagram of this girl who was jumping up and down. It was really sweet and she was dressed as the same Harley, and yeah, I guess that's the most uplifting memory. What is it like having all this love and support from your fans? Truly incredible. I just can't even put it into words. It's just a feeling. It's just like, wow, so much love for all of you guys, and there's so many of you. It's so hard to tell each and every single one of you how much I appreciate your support. And yeah, just virtual hug. Why don't you put the word rotten on your cheek/jaw when cosplaying Harley? It bothers me. It also bothers me. The reason why I don't do it is because I do a lot of my tattoos by hand. I would have to have done it in eyeliner over my makeup. So next year when I'm perfecting my cosplay, I'm going on a huge venture to sort out all my tattoos and make them screen accurate by using tattoo paper. Kiss, Marry, Kill, Joker, El Diablo, and Deadshot. Kill El Diablo, he did some really bad things. Kiss Joker and marry Deadshot because he's probably the most sane. What's the best thing a student has said to you whilst teaching? This young girl who learns trumpet from me, and she came to me after being bullied and she was really upset. And she said to me, Laura, you're not just my teacher, you're my friend. And that really hit close to home. It was probably one of the most moving experiences I've had as a teacher so far. What's your favourite band/singer? I have too many to name. I have a very broad range of music tastes, going from heavy metal to jazz to dubstep. Best cosplay tips for a beginner. Don't think about what anyone else has to say or think about your cosplay. Just cosplay, just do you. Just do what you want to do, and that's the best advice I can give. If you could tell your past self one thing, what would it be? Every time I think about this question, I just think, oh geez, Laura, relax. I just need to tell myself to relax. I look back at past Laura and there's so many times that I was just panicky and would make things worse than what they were just because I couldn't relax. What's your Hogwarts house? I think I'm a pretty good Gryffindor. My star sign's a Leo, so that runs quite true with Gryffindor characteristics. On Pottermore, I'm a Gryffindor. However, a lot of the online quizzes I've been doing have been saying I'm a Ravenclaw, but at heart, I think I'm a Gryffindor. Would you keep your hair in those colours for the rest of your life? If you paid me, sure. I did see a grandma with bright purple hair, and I thought, I'm definitely going to do that when I'm a grandma. What is your favourite animal? Lion. Since, you know, the Lion King, I've just been obsessed with lions. Is that a real tattoo, or do you put it on every time you cosplay? No, it is not a real tattoo. I'm assuming you're talking about the arm. It is fake, and I put it on every time I cosplay. It lasts for about 4 days. Who is your favourite YouTuber? It used to be Smosh for ages when I was in high school, and then from Smosh I moved on to PewDiePie, and then ever since last year doing my fitness journey it's been Heidi Summers, also known as Buff Bunny, and she is an extremely inspiring, strong young woman and I look up to her with all respect. I watch her vlogs every week. It's always good inspiration and motivation for my fitness and health journey, and she's just a really lovely person to watch. If you were a Disney princess, who would it be? I think I'd be Ariel from The Little Mermaid because she's a mermaid. So why wouldn't you want to be a mermaid? Out of all the Pokemon games you've played, which one was your favourite? I would have to stick with the very, very first one I ever played, which was Yellow Special Version. Favourite Harley quote? Definitely in Batman the Animated Series when one of the bad guys is like, do you have any last words? And she goes, just one, babies! And Bud and Lou, the hyenas, come rushing in. That's definitely my favourite. Do you like horses? Yes, I love horses. I had the amazing opportunity and privilege to go to a horse riding lesson once every few weeks, and I loved it so much, so I actually know how to ride horses. What instruments do you play / have you played in the past? Piano and trumpet are my two main instruments. I've been playing them since I was 6, 7, and then I can fiddle on basically any other instrument. I know that sounds super stuck up, but I can play guitar, flute, clarinet, saxophone, trombone, euphonium, didgeridoo. What was your reaction when you saw yourself in your cosplay for the first time? At first I was like, wow, you did a good job, Laura, and I patted myself on the back. Yeah, I guess I was just super thrilled to be able to dress up as a character I really liked. It was like being a kid again. What is the craziest thing that has happened while you were in cosplay? When I was at EB Games Expo, this young boy actually passed out in front of me and I had to run over and put him in recovery position and check his pulse and his airways until further help came over. So that was really intense. So I did that as Harley. Have you experienced any harassment? Yes, I have. I've had quite a few stray hands at conventions from men. It's very uncomfortable, but you have to be extremely firm with them and say, excuse me, please, like, get away from me. You have to make sure that you are strong and you don't let things like that happen. Do you have any pets? No, I grew up with a German Shepherd called Oscar. He was a beautiful dog, and I also had a pet cockatiel called Peachy. And I also recently had a Siamese fine fish called Wasabi, and now they are no more, but they have a very special place in my heart. Pancakes or waffles? I've had pancakes so much, and I've only had waffles about 5 times. So because waffles are so new to me, I pick waffles because I haven't gotten sick of them yet. Whereas pancakes, I'm like, oh yeah, I've had pancakes. But waffles, I'm like, I still haven't fully experienced waffles. What was your first feeling when you went to Comic-Con? I was seriously overwhelmed. I literally stepped off the bus and was swarmed by people for photos, and I was just baffled because A, it was my first Comic-Con, so I never knew what I was going to expect. 2, it was my first cosplay, so I didn't know what to expect, and I just didn't know what to do with myself. So it was crazy feeling. Can you do an American accent? You should try on camera. I guess I can do an American accent, kind of like this one. Or I can do, hey, I'm walking here, go get me a cup of coffee. I don't know. How did you first react when you first saw a fan page for you? Man, I remember looking at it just going, is this real? I thought it was a joke at first. I honestly did. And now there are quite a few fan pages out there, and it's just crazy, and I love them all so much. They're all super sweet, lovely people. So that makes me very proud. What do you love about Steve the Pineapple _official? What can't you love about Steve? He's sweet inside and out. We love Steve. How can you not love Steve? That is my question for your question. Have you tried contacting Margot Robbie? No. Reason being, I don't want to come across as a psychopath. Like, hello, I dress up as you very, very often, and then, I don't know, I really want to, but I don't know how to / don't want to come across as super insane. Can you do another Harley impression? I'm known to be quite vexing, I'm just forewarning you. Alright everyone, thank you so much for asking me all those questions. I hope you enjoyed my second Q&A. As always, I am so appreciative of all of your love and support, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you so much, guys.
Hi, this is Laura's dad. I have a question for you.
Yes, Dad?
Will you wash up the dishes?
Oh my gosh, oh my dad. After all the blah. And she is I'm known to be quite
Oh, best one. That one. Use it.